Full count, bases loaded, 2 down, Linkletter comes home. This one's hit hard to left, diving play, that's how it ends! Cole Gober saves it on a dive. Shalley for the dagger, and he got it! Tucker Shalley with a 12-out save and his Northwoods League best 10th save of the season. 20, you are ridiculous. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat on the way. Milliman gets the sign and comes home. This one given a ride to left. Did I say 2 in 4 days? Make it 3 in 5. Camden Janix tied it up. 1-0. A line drive, right center. Cody's on it, but he loses it. The ball falls through his glove. Schau over to second, rounding to third. Nowak has scored. The Wolfpack are on the board. 3-2, 1 down, runner on second. Payoff. Line back up the middle. Marion pierces it to center. Nowak comes home. RBI single for number 4. 8-0 Wolfpack. 2-0 our score after 1. We enter the top of the second. Wolfpack chance. Raining throughout Robin Roberts Stadium. Corey Sparks happy to be here with you for this one. Madison held to a goose egg for the 4th time this year in Game 1. They break that streak pretty quick. 9+ scoreless innings as they ring up 2 runs in the first. Nick Nowak, the leadoff man, scored after getting on via an E5. Charlie Schau got on thanks to an E8 and came around to score. So those 2 errors on the board for the Cavaliers coming back to bite them. Grant Ross working out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs to keep the score where it is.
Come on, Petey.
Bottom third due up, Jake Potasic. The lefty steps in. Nugent goes off speed, and he takes it for strike 1. A 1 framed up and in. Potasic went 3 for 4. Best offensive performance of anybody on this team in Game 1. Gave the Wolfpack 3 of their 5 hits. 1-2. He thought about it. Nice job holding up. No need to defer. This one's in on the hands. It's looking for that pocket in left field, and it finds it. McKay fumbles with the ball. Potasic's got reservations for 2. McKay's been playing way off the line. We're talking 75, 80, maybe 90 feet. Anytime a lefty goes up there, and nice job by Potasic in a tough scenario. 2 strikes on him, flips it to the opposite field. Potasic now 4 for 5 in this mini doubleheader series today. And here's Howie Rickett. He pinch hit towards the end of Game 1. Runner on second, nobody down. Bunt laid, no play at 3. Nugent will take it at first, and the runner advances. 2 successful sacrifice bunts in 2 innings for Madison. Dalton Rosinski Hicks steps up with a good opportunity. 1 down. Potential run number 3 for the Wolfpack, 90 feet away. Takes a spinner low and inside for strike 1. A 1 to the hot corner and fired to first. The runner freezes. Habrick. A scooping forehand saves a run. Did that a couple times in the first game. Hot corner was hot, and center field, again, can't say enough about what Cody was able to do. Back to the top of the order, Nick Nowak scored the first run of the game. Has a chance to hit one home. This one a worm burner, and it's fair. Potasic scores. Nowak in at second, and he's got a fist pump for his dugout. RBI double that cradled the line. Nowak makes it 3-0. Two extra base hits in 2 innings for Madison. And here's Jalen Gellings with a runner in scoring position. That runner's going on contact. That was Nowak's 21st RBI of the season, 8th double. Oh, 1 to Gellings. Gets a hold of this one, out to center. Cody parks under it and makes the grab. But not before Madison strikes again. 3 runs in 2 frames. The latest thanks to Nick Nowak. RBI double, 3-0, bottom 2 when we come back. We enter the top of the 5th. Beaver Dam up 5-0 over Cedarburg in a regional semifinal matchup. Winner gets a ticket to Hartford tomorrow. Beaver Dam putting up 3 runs. First crooked number of the evening in the bottom of the 4th on just 1 hit. They capitalized on an E1, a pair of walks, and the 1 hit was a ball that was skied to shallow center, and it only fell to the grass thanks to some miscommunication. One of those runs scored on a 6-3 ground out, one scored on a sac fly, one scored on that single that fell into the grass. When you see a 500 team, and both of these teams qualify as that, you'll see some errors, some inconsistencies. Beaver Dam's played the cleaner game so far. Jeffrey Freund's still on the mound. He faces off against Damon Lonstein, Mason Schultz, and Sam Kruskowski. Lonstein steps in from the right side and takes ball 1 in the dirt. How about 10 strikeouts for Freund through 4 frames so far? This one, pipe to center, line drive. Damon's on it. He jogs in and makes the play. Boston Damon typically playing the hot corner over at third. He shifts to center today.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16.
Had a couple of liners hit his way. Just 1 hit given up by Freund, and it was to start the game. Brezovar got on with a leadoff single. Mason Schultz steps in from the right side. Takes ball 1 head high. One of the best pitching performances we've seen from Beaver Dam this year so far. 1-0, taken low and in. Make it 2-0. On Schultz, one of those players for the Bulldogs that was elevated from JV about halfway through the year. 2-0, misses low and in, 3-0 count. Schultz struck out swinging to end the top of the 2nd. He's got the advantage here. 3-0, and he goes green light, pokes one into shallow left center, and it finds the grass for a 1-out single. Schultz getting aggressive there in a game where his team's down 5 runs with only so many frames to go.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14, Sam Kruskowski.
And here's Sam Kruskowski. First hit this team has had since the 1st. Kruskowski struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Freund's got 1 eye on first, 1 eye on the plate. He comes home. It's off speed for strike 1. Every time that something has happened to kind of jar, or possibly jar the composure of Freund, he's responded well today. 0-1. Hard ground ball, double play potential to short. The second for 1, and that ball gets through. Jolka couldn't handle it. Runners on first and second now. with adversity. Freund gave up that leadoff single in the first, then struck out the next 3 and retired the next 11. There was an E6 in the 4th inning. Struck out the next man for strikeout number 10 to get out of the 4th. Little adversity here. Still has a 5-run cushion.
Pinch hitting for Cedarburg is number 25, Tommy O'Neill.
And Tommy O'Neill pinch hitting in that 9 spot. Junior, utility player. Limited playing time this year for O'Neill. Just 15 at-bats. This will be number 16. First pitch to him. Pop fly to shallow right. Jolka, the second baseman, tracking back. And he makes the play with his heels in the outfield grass. That's out number 2. First time today the Bulldogs have had more than one runner on base in the same inning. Owen Brezovar has one of those 2 hits for Cedarburg today. He steps up for the 3rd time today. 2 down, runners on first and second. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. Bulldogs looking to respond in some capacity after a 3 spot for Beaver Dam in the bottom of the 4th. 0-1. Curves in and misses just low for ball 1. Freund looking to strand a couple. Check swinging a ball that clips the outer half anyway. No appeal to first. 1-2. Not many times you're going to see someone strike out 10 hitters in 4 innings. One-two from Freund. Fastball misses high. 2-2. Deuce is wild. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Top of the 5th here. Beaver Dam working on a 5-0 lead. Cedarburg at the plate looking to respond. Long stare in from a lefty in Freund. He gets the sign. 2-2. Curveball misses off the plate. Payoff pitch on the way. Saw Cedarburg be very patient early on when Freund, for about 2 or 3 at-bats, struggled to find the zone. Since then, he's been dominant. 3-2 pitch. Runners going. That misses. Everyone advances anyway. Bases loaded. Brezovar takes his base for the 2nd time today. First with the single, now with the walk. Schultz on 3rd, Kriskowski on 2nd, Brezovar at 1st. And first McKinstry's Home Furnishings mound visit we've seen today for Freund. He's through 4 2/3. Again, just giving up 2 hits, couple of errors. And that last walk, his first given up today. Quick mound visit as Wilkie marches off. Ticket to Hartford on the line. Beaver Dam could face off against the team that hexed them out of the playoffs last year in a sectional final matchup. Cedarburg could go against a familiar foe from the North Shore Conference. Here's Sam Moses. Powerful lefty. Steps in and takes ball 1. Moses 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts. The pitcher as well, looking to give himself some run support. Bases loaded. And they call a balk on Freund. Runners advance. Schultz scores the first run. It's 5-1. Balk was called in Freund's windup. Was on his way home. Kriskowski over to 3rd. Brezovar to 2nd. Still 2 down. 1-0. Wave and a miss. So the Bulldogs find a way to scratch one across. Freund looking to minimize. 1-1. Wave and a miss and a ball that tails out of the zone for strike 2. Moses has all 4 home runs for the Bulldogs this year, to the tune of 20 RBI. Looking to capitalize here. Freund looking to get out of it, working on 10 strikeouts. Moses calls time, steps back in from a left side. Runners on second and third. 1-2, 2 down. The pitch. Wave and a miss. 11. Count them 11 strikeouts for Freund. He works around a couple of runners in scoring position. Cedarburg gets on the board thanks to a bases-loaded buck. 5-1. Bottom of the 5th when we come back. We welcome you back to the Nate Wilkie Show. Corey Sparks here with Beaver Dam head coach Nate Wilkie ahead of the team's matchup under the lights against Waupun. Coach, let's start with that one. After being involved with this program for north of 2 decades, how does it make you feel knowing that this is going to be the first time a Beaver Dam baseball team plays a game under those big bright lights at night?
It's awesome. I've just been excited, and I know the other day I was up there when they kind of the trial run of the lights, and you almost get kind of choked up just thinking of the how we kind of came together as a group, and then start communicating with people, former players or business people in town and stuff, and how just everybody, we had like 90 some different groups or people that donated to the project. So it's just it's neat, like growing up in the program and watching the program as a little kid, and now getting to coach the program. It's just neat, and you go by the field, and I still kind of thinking, is this really true? We really have lights on our field, and so it's a super exciting time, and really just proud of everybody coming together and supporting our program.
You guys have been on quite the ride the last week and a half. You have a doubleheader against Monona Grove on Saturday. You fall in the first game 19-1, and then this team wipes the slate clean and wins 11-7 to split that series. And then you guys double it up with a 13-3 victory where the offense just exploded the last couple of innings against Fort Atkinson. What does this recent stretch say about the resiliency of your group? Well,
I know that Monona Grove game, that 19-1 game, we had a little discussion after and did a little soul searching. So, we just kind of keep telling the kids we've got a lot of talent, and we're capable of doing so many things if we just pull it together. And, I thought you had an option either kind of just fold and just get your butt kicked again or to come out and fight. And I think our kids came out and fought, and, we hit the heck out of the ball against Monona Grove that second game and held them. I thought our pitchers did a good job. Boston Damon kind of, really stepped up and battled, which I knew he could do. He's one of our leaders. And then, I think our kids just kind of, see that, when we really put together a full game and get focused and, and play with some fire and, we're really good. So, last couple of games, like last night at Fort where, like I said, again, we get down 3-0 and, we left a lot of opportunities on base. And then, we just needed one guy to step up and get a big hit, and that happened. And then it kind of snowballed, and, kind of hitting is contagious. And we just put the 5th inning, we just were hitting the tar of the ball, just line shots and, then executing some bunts and getting some stolen bases. And then they started making some errors. So, yeah, I think, at Monona Grove game, I think, like I said, we played about as bad as you can play. And I told the kids that's kind of an embarrassment, to what we're about, to play like that. And they responded, which I give them a lot of credit for.
What have you noticed about Boston Damon's approach at the plate? He's 10 of 21 the last 6 games. I know you guys had that emotional win over Wanakee back at home. What can you say about his offensive contributions the last couple of weeks?
Well, he's a 3-year starter, and I mean, I've been watching him since Little League, playing in, knowing his family and stuff, and he's just a gamer. He's a baseball kid, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. And last year, at the beginning of the year, he had a wrist injury from hockey, and that, I think, affected him the first half of the year. But the second half of the year last year, he got on fire. And, he's just very fundamental. He can, I think he just set the record or tied the record for sacrifice bunts in a career last night. But, he does everything that he needs to do to get us a win. And that, like I said, when I was stepping on the mound the other day against Monona Grove, where, everything they hit was, and they've got some studs in Monona Grove, and he knew he was going to battle. Even if we got beat, he was going to fight and be a leader for us. And that's what Boston is about. He's a great kid, hardworking kid, and he loves the program. And, you need, a bunch of Boston Demons on your team to be successful.
Boston's one of those bats that's really come alive. Eli Bryant, Zach Shave. Now you guys are facing up against a Waupun team that's 12-1 heading into this matchup. They've scored 10 or more 3 games in a row. What's going to be the emphasis when it comes to limiting that offense or even getting in a shootout and taking them down?
Well, we don't know a ton about Waupun. I mean, you read stuff about them and everything, and we haven't seen them and whatever. But I think they're going to throw a pitcher, left-handed kid that I think has good off-speed stuff. So we'll have to have a good approach to the plate. We can't be chasing curveballs in the dirt or whatever. And if we play fundamentally sound, if we get good at bats and if our pitchers throw strikes and we play sound defense, I like our chances against anybody. So I expect it to be a good game. I know they'll be fired up to play us, and I know our kids are really jacked up to play them again. And so it should be a good game. But like I said, if we control the things we can control, I think we'll be all right.
All right, Coach Wilkie, thank you very much for the time, and best of luck against Waupun.
Thank you.
That was Nate Wilkie ahead of Beaver Dam's matchup with Waupun. Under the lights, the Beavers and Warriors face off on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. Corey Sparks here at historic Simmons Field following Kenosha's 5-3 win over Kokomo. Our player of the game alongside of me, Miguel Useche. Your second time here, 2-run shot, your first of the season in the fourth. Did you know it was out?
I knew it was going to be close for sure. I hit it pretty well. It was hit pretty low, but I'm happy I was able to sneak out of here.
Corey Sparks here at historic Simmons Field following Kenosha's 6-1 victory over Battle Creek. Alongside of me, our player of the game, and Brandon Nye. Brandon, you've had a lot of highs this year. Home run challenge champ, walk-off 2-run shot against Kokomo. Another night like tonight. How do you keep it going?
It's easy when you got the guys in the dugout just cheering you on. I mean, not cheering me on, but they're cheering everybody on, and they're in the game for everybody. And when you play as a team, it's easy to do well individually. So,
2 for 3 today with a run scored and an RBI. What was your approach at the plate specifically tonight?
It changed at bat to at bat. I just tried to find the right pitches to sit in different situations. And when everyone's getting hits, it feels contagious. So, it's easier when it's like that.
Plenty of accolades for you in summer ball this season. You lead the team with 7 home runs and now 28 RBI. Where does this summer rank all time for you? You seem like you're having a lot of fun out there.
I feel like, it's just been a summer where I learned a lot about myself. I have 180 at bats, so you got to learn something from those. So it's just having fun and learning how to get out of a slump. Everyone goes through slumps, and it's just learning.
Plenty of highs this season for Brandon Nye, your player of the game, 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI in Kenosha's 6-1 victory tonight.